Hi everyone, I am Cornelius of Voice Studio East, and this is Vocal Technique Spotlight, the series in which I zone in on various aspects of vocal technique and explain how they work. Today we are going to explore how to develop a more powerful voice. There are two main components to vocal power. The first pertains to the muscles of the larynx, and the second pertains to the vocal tract. When it comes to the muscles of the larynx, we are really mostly concerned with the thyroarytenoid muscles. These constitute the inner part of the vocal folds themselves and function to shorten the folds, increasing the contact area between them. This has all sorts of benefits, like reducing the risk of vocal damage by distributing forces over a larger area, and facilitating stronger acoustic coupling with the windpipe. But most importantly for our purposes, it drastically increases the clarity and power in the voice. Being muscles, the thyroarytenoids can become atrophied by disuse, leading to a weak voice and, in extreme cases, bowed vocal folds that make it difficult to achieve full closure of the glottis. But even in less severe cases, there is still an argument to be made for muscular conditioning of the thyroarytenoids, as this will habituate you to stronger and more efficient vocal coordinations, making powerful resonant vocals more of a default than an exception. Or, to put it more crudely, it will teach you to stop being a pussy with your voice. To activate your thyroarytenoids, the easiest way is to contract your abdominal muscles a bit, as if doing a crunch. This activates something known as the glossal valsalva maneuver, often used by weightlifters. You don't want to overdo it, lest it interfere too much with vocal agility, but glossal valsalva is a very effective way to get the thyroarytenoid muscles to engage. From here, you can practice doing some glossal attacks at a comfortably low pitch. Ah, ah, ah. And yet, just increasing the thyroarytenoid activity is not enough, because we also need the sound to transfer efficiently into the vocal tract, or else it will get stuck in the throat. This is not merely a turn of phrase. The sound will quite literally get stuck inside the glottis. The reasons why this happens are complicated and beyond the scope of this video, but if you wish to learn more about them, you can click the link in the description to watch my hour-long video on vocal resonance. For now, it is sufficient to know that to get the full use of the increased thyroarytenoid activity, it is necessary to also create a vocal tract shape that accommodates powerful vocal coordinations. The most straightforward approach is to just practice yelling out on open vowels like this. Hey! Notice the somewhat harsh sound. That is from the glossal valsalva. While I usually teach people to make their belting flowy for the sake of greater ease and agility, when it comes to developing strength in your voice, especially if its current state is rather weak, I recommend a more heavy-handed approach, which not only ensures proper vocal fold closure, but also has the added benefit of trending away from the pusillanimous method of vocal production. Now, to take it even further, let us add some depth to the sound. Instead of a clear air as before, we want the tongue to lower to create more of an Hey! One way we can do this is by doing a deep inhalation with a large mouth opening, as if about to yawn or sneeze. Then maintain that position and try to speak through it, observing how much depth and power it adds to your voice. By vocalizing on the position of inhalation, we achieve what is known as the tracheal pull. The diaphragm descends, and in descending, it pulls on threads of tissue that connect to the trachea and pull the entire throat downwards. While this is sometimes known as inhalare la voce, meaning literally to inhale the voice, It is a mistake to think that it refers to the attempt to sing inwards and hold back your voice. On the contrary, you are still supposed to sing outwards, but do it on the position of inhalation. This tends to increase the power of your voice, which is why people's voices get louder when they try to talk through an incipient yawn. That is, a yawn about to happen. But the voice only remains powerful during the inspiratory phase of the yawn, and loses its power when the yawn finally begins. It is therefore important that you keep the mouth opening large and keep the sound mentally aimed out the mouth rather than aimed towards the soft palate. Using this principle, you should now be able to produce a deep, dark, shouty sound with considerably more power than before. Hey! But we can take it even further than that. The next step is to add hard glottal attacks. Yes, you heard that right. Hard glottal attacks, one of the most demonized aspects of vocal technique. Even the defenders of glottal attacks are quick to stress that they only have in mind light glottals, while still warning against hard glottal attacks. And here, I have to confess, they are not completely in the wrong. Certainly, it is possible to tire out your voice with hard glottal attacks, and to make yourself hoarse if you continue to do them with an already fatigued voice. So don't overdo it. But still, hard glottal attacks are very helpful when trying to develop strength in your voice, and can greatly improve your vocal consistency. But since many people already struggle with the vowel in a stressed position, and the introduction of hard glottal attacks will only make it even more difficult, we will use an O vowel instead. So now the exercise sounds like this. Oh! I should mention in passing that it also helps a lot to use a strong posture with bold, even aggressive gestures when doing this exercise. Make it look a little bit punk rock. I should also mention that male singers, as well as some contraltos, have a wide low range that will need some separate attention, because the shouty shape is too limiting. For this range, you want crystal clear vowels produced in a manner that combines sharp cutting clarity with depth. To develop this coordination, you can practice snarling like this. Ah! There is a lot more I could say about this coordination, but as it is somewhat beyond the scope of this video, I will refer interested viewers to my video on chest register, where I go into considerably more detail. For the rest of us, let us proceed to summarize what we have learned today. First and foremost, you need to stop being a pussy when it comes to singing boldly and aggressively. Secondly, you can use your abdominal muscles to elicit the vocal folds to contract, but don't overdo it. Thirdly, to develop power in your voice, practice yelling on open vowels like e, and o. Fourthly, vocalize on the position of inhalation to add more depth and power to your sound. Finally, practice hard glottal onsets to take it to the next level. And with that, we've reached the end of today's video. If you have any questions, whether about vocal technique or about anything else, be sure to leave a comment down below. If you wish to get in touch, you can click the link in the description to join my Discord server, or visit my website at voicestudioeast.com, where you can also book lessons. Stay tuned, remember to like and subscribe for more content, and as always, thanks for watching.